Hello, my name is Jack Williams and I'll be your presenter for Stakeholder Management. A stakeholder is a person or organisation that is actively involved in the project or whose interests may be positively or negatively affected by execution or completion of the project. A stakeholder may also exert influence over the project and its deliverables. Stakeholder management involves taking into consideration the different interests and values stakeholders have and addressing them during the duration of the project to ensure that all stakeholders are happy at the end. This branch of management is important because it helps an organisation to achieve its strategic objectives by involving both the external and internal environments and by creating a positive relationship with stakeholders through good management of their expectations. Stakeholder management is also important because it helps identify positive existing relationships with stakeholders. These relationships can be converted to partnerships which go on to build trust and encourage collaboration among the stakeholders. The process at which stakeholder management is conducted can be illustrated in a productive manner. This involves starting with the basics. First is identifying who are the stakeholders. This involves thinking of all the people within the organisation who are impacted by your work, or who have influence over it, or have a stake in its successful completion. From this, the next step is prioritising the stakeholders. By understanding how each stakeholder works, you can rank which influence and have interest in the project. The best way to do this is through mapping out stakeholders on a power to interest grid. This will classify them by the power over your work and by their interest in your work. This will provide a very in-depth understanding of how each stakeholder affects the project. Thus, it is crucial to have an accurate understanding of the power and interest of various stakeholders. Then, the process of understanding stakeholder perspectives can begin, asking them how they may want the project to proceed. This is done through conducting meetings or interviews, which serve as a good basis to explore open-ended conversations. A vast range of questions should focus on design alternatives or solutions to the problems raised by the stakeholder. The last step is incorporating stakeholder perspectives into the design. This will naturally seep into the design process as it proceeds. Constant referral throughout the life of the project that you continue to meet their communication requirements is essential. By keeping your stakeholders well informed of your progress, you keep them engaged throughout the entire project lifecycle. Factors that will affect the project in terms of failure can arise from communicating with a stakeholder too late. This does not allow for ample revision of stakeholder expectation and hence their views may not be taken into consideration. Also, inviting stakeholders to take part in the decision-making process too early. This results in a complicated decision-making process. Involving the wrong stakeholders in a project. This results in a reduction in the value of their contribution, and this leads to external criticism in the end. The management does not value the contribution of stakeholders. Their participation is viewed as unimportant. However, to succeed in the project, these elements are crucial in sustaining good stakeholder management. These include management and stakeholders should work together to draw up a realistic list of goals and objectives. Engaging stakeholders will improve business performance and they take an active interest in the project. Communication is the key. It is important for stakeholders and management to communicate through the course of the project on a regular basis. This ensures that both parties will be actively engaged and ensure smooth sailing during the course of the project. Agreeing on deliverables is important. This makes sure there is no unwarranted disappointments at the end. Prototypes and samples during the course of the project helps stakeholders have a clear understanding regarding the end project. In terms of being able to understand the learning outcomes involved in stakeholder management, participants will develop a considerable amount of clarification and growth which can be concluded in the following. Defining the needs and aspirations of their stakeholders. Develop a planned approach to connect with each of the most significant stakeholders. Set up performance measures to determine the success or failure of their approach. And align the stakeholder management plan with the overall strategy for the project. Stakeholder management is a crucial function of any project manager's job. Without strong stakeholder support, requirements can be missed. With strong stakeholder support, you gain a valuable ally who can help make your project a success. In addition to gaining their support, it is the key that you properly manage your stakeholders. Failure to complete this can lead to project cancellation. Using the stakeholder analysis of steps explained above, this will ensure successful completion of the project. Properly managed stakeholders can be a source of great moral and organization support through your project's lifecycle. Thank you for watching this presentation on stakeholder management.